Well, hello there, Mr. Henderson's English class. And you might be wondering, what are you doing watching Mr. Henderson play a baseball game? What does this have to do with Romeo and Juliet? Well, as I told you in yesterday's video, this channel here is going to help guide us through Romeo and Juliet. And believe it or not, we are going to attempt to use the power of video games to help get us through this. Now, I have a variety of video games queued up, and I'm going to tell you up front, I'm not an expert streamer, as you can tell. I'm literally just recording off my TV. So I apologize up front for the quality that may not be to your standard. But again, as we try to get through Romeo and Juliet together, this is the best I got, and I'm a teacher. What do you want from me? So today, we're going to play a game that I like to play called Super Mega Baseball 2. And what we're going to do is introduce some of the characters from Romeo and Juliet through this game. Now, one of the key things that you need to understand about our two characters in this game is that we basically have two families. We have the Montague family and we have the Capulet family. And if you go on your Edsby page, we do have an attachment linked on there that kind of has a character map of some of the various characters in this. One of the key things to understand throughout this play is the dynamic that these two families play and how pretty much every character in this play is going to fall in one of the two families, and that's going to play a big factor in, frankly, why there's going to be so much conflict in this play. So for today's introduction, we're going to introduce a lot of the Montague characters. There's a couple kind of neutral characters that are going to fit in here. But through the power of baseball, we're going to introduce these characters. Just a brief synopsis on each one. This isn't a full-on character description because I don't want to spoil the entire play for you. Maybe once we get through. So let's take a look at some of our Montagues and see what they got going on. So we got the Montague team. We're going to take on the Herbivores. Not that they matter. They're really not important. But let's see how it goes. Playing at the Benvolio Bowl somewhere in Japan. Mind you, our play is going to take place in Italy, which when we get to the prologue, that's going to be further explained for you. All right, here we go. We got the Montagues versus the Herbivores. This is going to be a 5-inning game, unlike 9, like a normal baseball game, in the interest of time, because I'm here for your time. All right, first batter we have up, this is Mercutio. Now, Mercutio is going to be Romeo's friend and cousin. Mercutio is kind of an odd dude in that he's kind of a free spirit. And he got on base there. Great job. And he is going to go on some rambling rants in this play. And those are going to be kind of hard to decipher. Now, he has a friend here, Benvolio. This is also Romeo's friend. Benvolio, throughout this play, he tries to be the sane and rational one as he hits into a double play. Great job, Benvolio. You ruined it for everyone. We'll come back to him because I like Benvolio. He tries to be rational. Now, this character here, this is Lady Montague. So we take a strike. Lady Montague is Romeo's mom as she flies out, which is appropriate because she's really not that important in this play. She'll pop up a couple of times, but really doesn't do anything important. Now, it's going to be hard to see here, but our pitcher is going to be Romeo himself. Again, the quality, you can't really make out his name. And here's all I'm going to say about Romeo. Yes, he's the title character. I hate him. If we were in class together, I would still hate him. He's whiny. He complains a lot. And I don't really like whiners or complainers at all. And so Romeo, good. He just got taken out. Good. I hope he feels bad about everything he did. And I hope that he thinks about it. See, in a normal situation, we take him out, but we're going to leave him in because I don't like him at all. So Romeo, he's going to be roughly about 17 in this play, which, be honest, for Shakespearean times, isn't actually that young for some of the things that are going to happen. Now, when we get to Juliet's age, that might kind of shock you some. But again, you see, he keeps screwing up. He got the out. I don't care. He's still whiny. Anyway, let's go through some more Montagues. This is Lord Montague. He is Romeo's father. Plays a little bit bigger of a role, but you will note throughout this that Juliet's parents, the Capulets, actually play a bigger role in this story compared to Romeo's parents, the Montagues. But again, it's important to note that Lord and Lady Montague really don't like Lord and Lady Capulet. Now, this character here, Friar Lawrence, he technically is neutral, but he tends to hang out more with Romeo. As the name Friar indicates, he's kind of a religious figure, as we hope we get an RBI here. And, or no, thrown out. That's because you're slow. Lord Montague's slow. He's old. But the friar's religious. He tries to play peacemaker a lot in this play, and it is going to backfire on him. Now, this guy up at bat, this is the Apothecary, and basically he only shows up one time. He didn't show up till later, but the best way to think of the Apothecary is that he is the drug dealer. And again, he doesn't show up a lot in this play, but I will tell you, the one time he does, it's actually kind of significant. And so just kind of keep him in the back of your mind. The Apothecary. Here we got the prince. And the prince is kind of the leader of Verona, of Italy. And he is just tired of the nonsense that the two families have going on. They keep fighting. They don't show any interest in peace. And very early in the play, he threatens them with death because he's just so tired of their nonsense. And look, he just takes his anger out in baseball, and hopefully that scored us a run. Yay, we did it. We did it, class. We scored a run. But he's basically tired of their nonsense. You are going to find out later in the play he is related to the Montague side. It's actually not a significant relation, but it is there. This character here, this is Balthazar, and you couldn't really see it in his name, but he is a servant. Again, not a major role in this play, but our two families, the Montagues and the Capulets, are rich, so they have servants who basically are like maids, male maids. And the role that they're going to play is that they kind of are the comic relief, but what winds up happening a lot in this play is the servants also kind of act as the tipping off point for a number of the fights that are going to take place. And a couple other key events that they don't mean to screw up, but through their own incompetence, they wind up doing. So we're up to pitch here again. Romeo, as we talked about, he's hurt, which is good. That's appropriate for his character, because the thing that you're going to find out about Romeo, this play is called Romeo and Juliet, and I'm going to give you a hint right now. He doesn't start this play out in love with Juliet, and it's the thing that, for me, is going to wind up bothering me the most, is how quickly he goes from this other girl you're going to meet, and it's like, oh, I love Juliet. Oh. So now we're up at bat, and he's probably just wondering, like, oh, I got this bat so heavy. Oh, I could swing at that, but oh, I'll just take a strike. Oh, I'm going to swing at that, but I'm going to fly out. It's okay. I'm Romeo. Nobody loves me. Good. I'm glad you're out. Anyway, we're back to the top of the lineup. This is, again, Mercutio. And as I said in his first at-bat, he rambles a lot. And I will tell you that, especially if you don't understand Elizabethan language, the language Shakespeare wrote these in, it's going to be somewhat difficult to catch on to some of his rants. And like I said, Benvolio here, his friend, he tries to play peacemaker. And Mercutio and Romeo don't always want to listen to him. And at times it is frustrating as we hit into another double play. Great work, team. But hey, we're still winning. But there's still time for Romeo to blow it. So we throw a curveball in the dirt. Great job, Romeo. Oh, look at that. You got him to fly out. So, the other kind of interesting thing about Romeo throughout this play, like I said, the timeline in which he quickly is going to fall in love with Juliet is fascinating. And the one thing we're going to point out a lot throughout this play is the timeline of how quickly everything happens. Oh, good luck. You got them all out. Great job. So a lot of things in this play are going to happen very quickly. And when I mean quickly, like quicker than any modern day movie would ever try to do. Let's take a ball here. So we got Lady Montague up at bat. She's going to ground out. Again, minor character, but she does exist. Lord Montague, slightly not as minor, but again, not a major role in this. One thing I will say, the Lord and Lady Montague, kind of terrible parents. And the other thing to note is we don't actually know what they make all their money from. So we know they're rich, and we know that they have a lot of power, but we don't actually know why. That part never gets explained. So again, we got Friar Lawrence back up at the plate. As I said, a religious figure who he's going to mean well in this play. And I mean, again, he wants to play peacemaker. He's tired of the fighting. But he's also, as I said, kind of incompetent. And he's going to make a grave mistake in this play that isn't going to end well. And we got our drug dealer up. This is the Apothecary. So he's going to ground out. Again, shouldn't do that. All right. We're in the fourth inning here. I have a scheduled 5. Really don't want to have to go to extra innings because I didn't plan on talking that much more about these characters beyond that. Get there. Good job. Hanging curve. Got away with it. Uh-oh. No. Fantastic. All right, one more inning to survive. So we got back up at the plate the Prince here. Now, the Prince isn't actually going to pop up in that many scenes. But these scenes in which he does, he is actually quite angry pretty much all the time. And once we start, I wouldn't blame him for being angry. And there he goes. He hits a home run. That's how angry he is. Because, again, these families won't stop fighting. And if they would just, for 1 second, quit the fighting, maybe he wouldn't have to be so angry and smash a baseball. Great job. All right, here we got Balthazar back up. Take a ball. Other team, just gave up to the Prince. We're just going to chase that one. We got Romeo back up. Oh, Romeo. Oh, I'm so sad. I hit the baseball, but I got out. Oh, so sad. Shed a tear for me. I'm going to go to my friend Mercutio here. Maybe he will comfort me, but he's just going to hit a foul ball. And then he's going to go on some kind of rant that doesn't make sense. Yeah, whatever, Romeo. Yeah, there you go, Mercutio. Hit the ball very far, but, oh no, actually landed. Actually surprised by that. Mercutio is going to be one that, again, if he would just not run his mouth, he'd get in a lot less trouble in this play. All right, Benvolio, he is up. Oh, what a catch. Well, wasn't meant to be. All right, let's see if Romeo can finish this out here, or if he just starts whining and like, oh, I'm just gonna whine. We have to do Romeo and Juliet through eLearning, and Mr. Henderson's here, starting a crappy game channel. Ugh, stupid. Yeah, okay, whatever. Listen again. The idea of this is we're here to introduce you with the characters. Again, I hope that you guys stick with this throughout. I realize, again, this is not an ideal situation of how we would do it in normal class, but, again, we're going to get through this somehow, some way, just like somehow Romeo just threw a shutout. And wouldn't you know it, the Montagues winners. So if you join us tomorrow, we're going to cover the Capulets. That's the side that Juliet is on. And some other key characters that are going to come. So I hope you've enjoyed this. This is the character map of the Montagues. And I hope to see you tomorrow. Take care.